She is his wing woman, and a great wing woman she is. So he is a native of Cleveland, Ohio, and I just want to tell you, he is a film producer. He has short film. I'm gonna let him describe it. It's called I Want, I Need. Guys, the title alone is something to scream from the mountaintops. So I just want you to put your hands together and welcome my next guests, Bill and Yolanda Liggins. Hello, guys.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm fine. We're fine.
Right. I'm so excited to have you here. I can't introduce you like you can because you have a lot going on. Your background is so interesting. Your wife is so interesting. I know her from working with her. She's a fabulous lady. I'm not going to talk about her sorority, but she's a fabulous lady. So that's another show. Mr. Liggins, give us a little bit back about yourself, a little background.
Well, as you mentioned, I'm a native of Cleveland, Ohio. Grew up in Shaker Heights. Went to college at Cleveland State University, where I graduated with a geology and communications degree. Kind of a weird combination, but these were two interests I had. I came out of college and started working in television in the New York area as a sportscaster. And I worked
not my dream job.
Yep, I was a television sportscaster. I worked for CBS, and did work for ABC and Sports Channel up there. Play-by-play, college basketball and football.
No way.
Yeah. Okay. But those hours were wearing thin on me, so I retired prematurely. Some people would say prematurely retired, and moved to Florida, where I met a young lady who sort of, took my attention away from anything else in life. And I wound up being married to Yolanda.
Okay.
And we've been married now for 32 years. We have a son, and we have two grandsons, and a granddaughter possibly on her way.
Okay. Well, she has a playmate with this little terror I have over here, okay? Love her to death. Well, I don't know if anybody's seen it, but I put a link down in the description. If they need to go see this, they need to go see this. You understand me? I want everybody to know this. How did this idea come about?
Well, the I Need, I Want movie is a feature film, and it is based on one of my novels. One of the things I got into when I came down here to Florida was writing novels. I have 6 books out on the market. One of them was an ode to another interest I had, which was acting. I used to do some stage acting, and it was even in a few movies, small parts. Okay. Although they say there are no small parts, only small actors. So I took one of my books, I Need, I Want, and turned it into a movie. It was the lowest budget film we could afford to do. It's basically about actors in an acting workshop trying to find their way under the spotlight. A couple in particular, Matt and Kayla. They're on that little board right there.
Yes, I see it.
And how the business can actually, if you already have a strong relationship, it can throw some wedges into that relationship if you're not too careful.
Right.
And so that's basically I Need, I Want. The title I Need, I Want is based on an acting workshop exercise that I used to do when I was in an acting workshop, where you stand up there in front of all your colleagues and go through your mind. I need water. I need truth. I want to be believed. And it could get pretty deep after a while. I remember seeing one young lady doing that exercise and revealed that she had once been raped before, and that was a pretty scary moment. It's almost like some kind of a psychological group session when you're doing that exercise. Yeah, but it's a way for you to develop those buttons inside of you, so you can make a believable performance when you're on stage or on screen.
Okay,
little buttons in your body.
No, I don't know what I would have done. Well, I do, because being an assistant principal, being in education, you hear a lot of things that you're not ready for. So I'm sure when you heard that young lady was raped, it had a sense of believability to it, right?
Oh, man. And she's got a big button there that she can draw on when she goes on and do other things.
Okay. Oh man. I hope some doors open for her because once you get raped, no doors closes. I hope people don't shut down because of the trauma in their life. That's when you're supposed to push harder. You're
She
supposed to
did
push
use
harder.
it. She last I heard of her, she was up on Broadway, so she used
Okay,
it pretty good.
great. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm sorry this clap is a little long, but we're gonna give her kudos, okay? That little laugh, we're gonna give her kudos because nobody should let a story that could benefit someone else go untold.
That's right.
They should
Hmm.
not. So, um, you're from Cleveland. You're from Cleveland, Ohio. When
Yes.
did this writing, I guess, passion begin?
It started slowly because in college I hated doing papers. You know,
Oh,
those
don't we all?
papers you had to do. And sometime after I moved into New York City, I dabbled in writing a little bit, see if I could come up with a good story. And then Florida has a way of doing something to you, especially when you find somebody who loves you and supports
All
you and
right, all
everything.
right.
I just started. I don't know where it came from. The first few books I wrote were science fiction books,
Okay,
so I always wanted to be a science fiction filmmaker. So
okay,
these books were not what I would call, Nobel Prize winning books, but they were my films. They were
okay.
my films. They were easy to do and people liked them. So
Mhm.
my little movies. And then later on, when we had enough money, maybe saved up,
Okay,
we decided to take the book that had the least budget trouble
okay,
and turn it into a movie, which is I Need, I Want. That was a low budget book, a low budget movie. And all my other books that I looked over, the budget would be way too high for us to
okay.
afford. We were able to afford to do that one.
But you say a low budget movie. I know it has some accolades. So how are you gonna say it's a low budget movie?
I have a tendency to want to do for the least amount of cost, the biggest job possible.
Okay.
So even though it doesn't have to look like a low budget film, it could be looking like a big budget movie and then surprise everyone by how little it costs to do
Okay.
that. I picked out some very talented
Yes.
actors
Yes.
locally,
Yes.
Millie Figueroa
Yes.
and Bernie Rodriguez, James Lincoln, Ivy Sunflower, and
Okay.
Karen Mates and Sarkady. They were all local actors, very experienced,
Okay.
and they gave me a break. So, in terms of what they wanted in the salary, so
Okay.
and many of them are veterans, and they had no reason to trust me because this was my first film as a director. But somehow they had faith in me, and I was very, very proud to have that faith. And I did my best to make them look great, to give them the right direction. And what came out of it is a film that won 42 awards worldwide. My actors, Bernie Rodriguez, he's won 4 or 5 acting awards. And Millie, our leading lady back there, she's won 7 individual acting awards. My wife here has won 4 awards from the movie,
No.
3 of them as a film editor, and I've
Okay.
won 7. What did I win? 7 or 8 awards for directing, writing, and producing. So, and
Wow.
that's worldwide, as I mentioned. So the movie has done wonderful. About 14 Best Picture awards and various film festivals around the world too.
All right. I'm veering away from my script here. Okay, because I want to know, how did you choose this cast? Were they just in a line somewhere and you said you opened the door, or you went fishing for them? How did you come up with these people?
Well, the best analogy is the fishing one. My wife and I sort of hung out at some acting workshops,
Okay.
and we
Smart.
got a chance to know the local actors and see what they're doing in their acting exercises. There were some rehearsals for plays that we were allowed in to look at. And I also looked at some acting reels on YouTube, for example. There are a
Okay.
lot of actors who post their reels up there.
Okay.
And Millie, by the way, was someone I remembered a long time ago. I'm a Buccaneers fan, and she was a Buccaneers cheerleader. And when we were going to games years ago, I said, you know what? That girl has a special look about her. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you thought so too. And then I
You
found
didn't
out that
watch him. You didn't whack him up upside the head looking at cheerleaders.
We're talking about movie business. And
Okay. I'm
hey,
looking.
I do know the difference. I will.
so
Just
when I found out, so when I found out that she was interested in acting,
Okay.
I sent her a message saying, "Would you like to audition for the role?" I had invited two other women to audition for the role.
Mm-hmm.
One didn't bother to show up. One did, but she wasn't quite the right type. And then Millie came in and blew us away.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this was her first lead role in a feature film too. So she was remarkable in this movie, along with Bernie. Bernie blew us away. He wasn't our first choice either. We had another guy come in, and we did a sizzle of the movie. We got started shooting the first few hours of the movie, and COVID hit, and we had to shut down. We shut down for about a year, and we lost him because he went to a TV series.
Oh no.
But then Bernie walked in here and blew us away, and we thought he was even better than the
Okay.
first guy. So we took Bernie on. He took on the part at the last minute.
Okay.
He was a tremendous study. He learned that script well and did a wonderful job too. His awards are examples of that.
So are any of them still trying to pursue the acting career?
Both of them.
Both
Both
of them.
of them. Bernie moved to L.A.
Oh
And he's
no,
pursuing
he really
that.
took the plunge.
Yes, he did. And Millie is going all around the country, and in some cases overseas. She does a lot of commercials. I've seen her in other movies,
Mm-hmm.
other romance movies.
Okay.
So she's doing all right too. She's a working actress now.
Okay. So if you're just joining us, I have Mr. Bill Liggins here, who is a writer, director, producer. This is his first film, and it has won many awards right now. He said up to 42 accolades. Come on, guys. Y'all need to give him a round of applause just for being his first one, and he's gotten all of these accolades. But also, he's telling the story of not just his film, but the actress and actor that is in the film, the leading cast. And I think that's just a wonderful story to see these young people came in, filled in. Nobody knows this, but I was supposed to be in a little 1-hour film over the summer, but they started shooting the day after I had my back surgery. And I was just like, oh no, please don't do this to me. And they just last Tuesday had the premiere at the Tampa theater. I couldn't make it because I had to go to work, but my husband and my granddaughter went. It was really nice. He gave me a cameo in there just because I couldn't be in there, but that back surgery really helped me out. So I'm just in awe of everything that you've done. Number one, the sportscaster, because I've always wanted to be a news anchor. So I'm settling for my online platform. Okay. And then you telling me that this is funny to me, how you saw this young lady at a Buccaneers game. You see how things come full circle?
Yep.
Later in life, here she is. She's starring in your show, your movie. And I'm just so proud of this because I've only seen it one time. Now I'm going to sit my husband and my granddaughter and my daughter down and say, y'all need to watch this with me, because I have nothing against, what's the young man's name?
Bernie
Bernie
Rodriguez, in the character of Matt Redcrop.
He's a cute fella, but I'm going with Millie. Okay. I'm going with Millie. I am going with her, and I might even challenge people to watch and then choose who their favorite character. Okay, just to keep it going, just keep it going, And I hope that at some time we see something else from you. Okay, I really do.
We're coming right now.
Okay, well, look at it. Look at the face. Look at Mama's face in the background. Okay, but so you hear the storyline. Give us a little bit about the storyline. Tell us, because not everybody's read the book, not everybody's seen the movie.
Well, and it's a story about an acting couple involved in a very demanding workshop. They're learning about life under the spotlights. They both have their ambition.
Yep.
At one time, it was a unified ambition. We're going to be like Ozzy and Harriet together, tackling this industry. We're going to march through it. But then little things start getting in there, the auditions, the disappointment, the watching each other acting with others of the opposite sex in their various endeavors. That can sort of grate against you, especially if that person shows a little bit more in affection than they do with you. So, you know, those little things start wedging them apart a little bit. It's kind of a bittersweet romance as a result of that.
But it sounds like real life. That's what it sounds like. Without the audition, that's what it sounds like.
Yep. No gunplay.
Exactly.
No violence. I'm trying to make it as realistic for the vast majority of people in this country to see a relationship between a young couple, young healthy couple, whether or not they're going to get married or are they going to go their separate ways, you know.
Yeah, you have some accolades. I have someone chiming in from Facebook. Hi, Sandra Beard. She's giving you a round of applause. This is one of my hometown friends, best friends. So just wanted, she's tuning in. Now listen, who helped you with this project? Who, I mean, I hear you say this is your goal. But who helped?
We were the producers, her and I. There was nobody else financing the movie. We had Alan J. Johnson, who was the director of photography, who came in, did most of the pictures and the shots. Let's see, who was, Herbert Carrington Sr., who was our junior. Herbert Carrington Jr., who was our chief production assistant. And Sergio Rodriguez. Okay. And he was also one of the production assistants as well. We didn't have an enormous crew. You know how some movies have like, you know, so many credits that it takes about 5 minutes to get through. So it was a small crew because we had a small budget, but we got a lot out of it. We did. And what I'm looking for is that somebody in a studio who can finance bigger movies may look at that and say, look what this kid did for this amount of money. I wonder if we gave them this amount of money, can we get this much out of the movie?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If I can help, I'll keep pushing that link somewhere. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. But now, what would you find to be the hardest part of the movie?
Editing.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I can vouch for that.
Yes.
Were you the editor?
I was the editor.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the longest part of the process. It only took us 20 days to shoot the movie. It maybe took me 2 months to write the script, and the script was always being rewritten as we were going through the process.
Okay.
And everything else was minuscule compared to taking what we have, these bits and pieces, and put it together into some art.
Right.
Taking these bits without the art. These bits and pieces are just bits and pieces, but the editing turns it into an art.
But here's the best part about your editor. The editor lives with you. So there was no late night phone calls to wake you up. That person was right there, could ask you questions, so you had the best of both worlds.
Yes. That's right.
That's right.
And so it also saved us money.
Yes.
Okay. Well, and I know she did a fantastic job, so we need to give her accolades as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Now, walking steps of. I know this was an adventure. You went from the writing, shooting, editing. I get all that. What was the best part of this? And you can't tell me the finished product. What was the best feeling throughout this process?
The best feeling was the day we wrapped.
Yes.
on the last day. Everybody hugged, everybody shed a tear, flowers were exchanged. And I made it a purpose that we would end the production in a great way. So we ended it on a beach scene. So everybody was at the beach and everything like that. It was a beautiful day. And we just shot a couple films of the couple running on the beach doing this and that. And that was just a wonderful day. It was done for. I knew, looking over my list of things here, that everything was checked off.
Okay.
And I couldn't wait to get in on the editing.
Okay.
And then when we got into the editing, I couldn't wait till we were done with that. But that was taking a long time.
How long did it take you to edit it?
What was it, about 3 months?
3 months, yes.
3 months or so.
Oh. So from start to finish, we did looking at about 6 months. 6 months roughly.
If you eliminate the year delay on that, it was probably
yes.
I would say that 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you expecting to write a sequel, or are you going to do something totally different?
We thought about it. As a matter of fact, we had some suggestions that we should do that.
Okay.
But not for a while. Not for a while. And now we're getting ready to distribute the movie through some streaming platforms.
Okay.
We already have one deal that we're going to sign on this weekend. Global Cinema wants to give it worldwide distribution. Another company is thinking, they're an aggregator. These are people that'll get you into multiple streaming platforms. We've talked to them, and we're getting everything together to present to them on that. Wow. And that's where the producers make their money on distribution, on the backs. All the actors be up front or as we're going. Same with the cinematographer.
I got goosebumps.
We're going to make it on the backside. I hope we make a lot. Now, if it turns out that movie takes off like, say, the Blair Witch movie, remember that movie?
Yes, I do.
They made that for like $10 million, made $250 million.
Yes,
if it starts doing that, we'll be doing a sequel.
Listen, y'all can't forget me. I'm gonna be saying, hey, I know those little people I interviewed, them, not that big people. So don't forget the girl over here, all right? So just along the way, you have my number. I'm just gonna throw it out there. If you see the rock, you meet the rock. Holding. I'm coming on the plane. Okay. If I have to ride my bicycle there, I'm coming. Okay. So don't meet the rock and then leave me out.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to say about that. So I heard when we first got on here that something new.
Say that again. We lost you there.
I said I thought I heard when we came on here you're working on something new.
Yeah, this remember I said this project has a budget like this. The project I'm working on right now is going to be needing a budget like this. Okay. And it's also based on one of my novels. It's back to my sci-fi roots. Okay. It's also has matter of fact, all my books have a romantic element about it, so it's a sci-fi romance. Okay. And I'm 25 pages in on the screenplay already. Okay. It just sort of built up inside of me, and I had to sit down and start writing, and all of a sudden, whammo, I'm converting another novel into a film.
Now, don't forget me, because I'm gonna tell you, I'm excited about this because I'm a sci-fi girl. I stay on the Sci-Fi Channel. Okay, my girlfriends be like, "You watch what?" Yes, I'm into the Transformers, X-Files, all that nonsense, and my girlfriends are like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yes," and don't judge me. So I can't wait for this one. I really can't.
This is gonna be something. Yes. This is gonna be something. This is my best story.
Do you care to tell me which one of the books that you chose?
No, I want to keep that under wraps right now.
I was trying to go there. I knew you was going to put a halt on it for me.
You can certainly check my website and see what books are there and make a guess.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's turn it into a game. Hey, whatever can draw attention to you and get people watching, I'm willing to do it, because one thing about it, we have to promote each other. I don't care if you black, white, green, or an onion. If you need some help, I am going to help you, because that's just what I do. So whatever you need me to do to push the word out there, I got you. But it sounds like you already got this covered. If you had to give one piece of advice to somebody who wanted to start doing this, who has not written a novel, what would you give them? What advice would it be?
Start with the story. Start with the writing. The writing is the foundation of the story. And one of the things that I think that makes this movie a success, if I say so for myself,
It is.
Writing of the story. I look at other projects that have been done out there, similar to mine, and I'm nothing against them. It's just that I always had a problem with the writing on these. They look beautiful and everything, but then there's some missing element in them, and it's usually the writing. It's certainly not the cinematography. I envy some of their cinematography sometimes.
Right.
It's beautiful. But writing is the thing. Writing is the core. Write well. Write it again after you think you're done. You're never done. Because even while we were shooting, I had to do some rewrites.
Okay.
So keep writing. Get yourself a solid script. You'll attract solid actors. And you'll attract a director too.
My question to you is, when you write this, do you feel like you wrote the book first? Do you feel like that you had to convert it to the film, and you had to leave out some pieces because it's hard to do on film? I've heard that.
Yeah, it's a 420-page novel. And the film script is 116 pages.
Okay.
I left out a ton of stuff.
Okay.
In this. If you read the book, you'll see a lot of things. You'll see some of the characters are actually different than what you see on the film.
Okay.
Because of that.
That's what I was wondering, because I've heard people say that they write a book and then the film is totally different from the book.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I say it's based on the novel by.
Okay. So, is Wifey up to edit this one too?
Would like to, because I'm always learning. I'm always learning different things. As a matter of fact, this whole experience has taught me a lot. I've been able to expand, and I've always loved the technology. I love the special effects. So this is what I like to do. I said, I just enjoy it.
Did you offer some commentary or some, hey, do the special effects this way while you were shooting?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. We had many discussions of certain things. And what I love about him is that if you give him an idea, he'll listen to you and he'll consider it. And if it seems like it's going to flow, he'll take the suggestion. Because we even had some of our actresses suggested something, and he had it one way, and he said, let's try it and see what it does. And we found out that it did better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, husband and wife team working together. Do we argue about it?
Oh no!
No.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not buying
We're gonna give the truth.
Okay.
We're gonna give the truth.
Let me just say is that our relationship was stronger than any discourse that we had.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can get through that.
We
got through it.
We worked together, and like I said, we know what we were doing, and we worked as a team, and this was our project to work together. And so there's nobody who's high or low. We just basically wanted to make sure we put out a outstanding product, and that's what we did.
All right. Listen, guys, I'm so excited. I am actually excited to see your next piece. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm waiting for you to come back. I'm still going to be a little time person here, but you got to give it to me because I'm a little time person and I knew you first. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So guys, I'm so excited to have you. I'm sure everybody who sees this is going to want to participate in. I have two polls that I'm going to put out there right now and see if people bite, because I want them to go see it. And then once they see it, then they can start participating in my polls and just giving you more love. That's all I want. Some love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So when you have your next one, I expect you to come back here. But until next time, guys, please, if you need an actress, here she is too.
All right.
All right, guys. And I'll probably be free because I ain't good. So listen, I'm excited to have you guys. If you're just joining in, you can catch this on my YouTube channel, The Domesticated Diva. You can catch this on my regular Facebook page, Latasha C. Scurry. Or if you're in my ladies group only, I Am Strength, you can catch it over there as well. Sorry, Mr. Liggins, you can't join. But this has been a phenomenal couple that I just wish and I pray that everything they ask for comes true and that I can just be a part of it. I'm a little person with big dreams. All right, guys?
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, guys. So good luck on your next adventure, and I'll be here when you return, okay?
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
See you.
Bye-bye. Yes, Wednesday Night Whispers right here.